Alrighty, so today I will be showing you guys how to get a lot more luck in Roblox ACC. So let's get into it. The first thing you want to do, which is of course a very basic thing, is get better items. As you can see right here, we have so many items that give luck. We have the Death Note. We have, for example, an artifact like, let's say, the Spirit Armor, already plus 5 luck. We have relics, all that sort of stuff. Relics are currently unobtainable, I'm pretty sure, because they only appear in the limited towers and they've removed the pirate tower. So I wouldn't try and get a better relic currently, as that is impossible, but they will add more relics, I assume, in the future. So just wait for that. If you do want a relic, it'll probably come out like in a few months or in a few weeks, I don't know. But yeah, just if you want to go for a relic, just know that I don't think there's an obtainable one currently. For example, my relic gives, I think, plus 15 luck. Kind of bonkers. Artifact, I have the best artifact. The artifacts you do get from the battle tower right here. As you can see right here, if we go to floor 200, you get this golden snail that gives plus 10 luck. Helps out a ton, of course. Then we have equipment. And for equipment, I do something a little different. The Death Note gives plus 7 luck, right? But what I do, I use the Sun Spirit X. We'll get into that later why I use it, but it's for a certain reason. Next, the next tip is get better traits. But what I would do is not go for Monarch on your whole team, right? What you want to do is get a mythical trait on everything first. Let's say I have 1 Monarch and 3 units with no traits. I'm gonna roll Almighty on everything, and then after that, go for Monarchs on the units. And of course, if you get a Monarch before an Almighty, that is always good. But just go for a whole mythical trait team first, and then start rolling on, for example, your best unit for Monarch. So for example, here, I'll maybe go for a Monarch on him if I already have a full team of mythical traits on my main team that you use for Infinite. That's what I would do personally. Also, what I do recommend doing is when you do go for Monarch, choose a unit that you might be able to get in better rarity. Let's say this, right? Let's say I have this guy or a weather card. I would probably roll on the weather card because you're going to be rolling in the weather like more often, if that makes sense. So I would definitely always, if you do have a good weather card, like for example, your best card is a normal no, then what I would do is roll on the no instead of, for example, maybe a let's say a Lelouch or an Asta or something, you know, because you're definitely gonna get the gold weather card eventually. That is definitely like really useful if you are, or at least if you do open in that weather. So I wouldn't roll on a Monarch card if you do go for Eclipse weather, right? You're not going to roll on the Monarch weather card because that doesn't really make sense. Then I would roll on Eclipse weather card. And of course, start with probably your best character, roll traits on him first because he'll be in your team for the longest, because, you know, that's kind of how this game works anyway. Next one is get a speedrun team, but that doesn't directly increase your luck, right? So for example, if you look at my speedrun team right here, I use my lowest rarity cards that have Monarch, and then my speedrun card with Divine, which I want to roll Monarch on him eventually, but that's for later, right? So if you have this guy, I definitely do recommend using him, because if I show you guys my battle right here, it goes pretty quick, as you guys can see. It's pretty nice. Like the cards just like, they just perish, you know. It's really that simple. So if you do have this guy, I definitely recommend putting basically copying my team, but then not the same units, but your best trait. So for example, you have 2 Monarchs and 1 Divine, put the 2 Monarchs and 1 Divine in their lowest rarity, so basic, because what you want to do when this card dies, you want all the other cards to die too. So let's say I wouldn't put my Monarch statue in here. As you can see right here, I do have a Monarch statue. I would never put that in here because that would prolong the amount of waves I would get, and that would make it slower. So take your weakest Monarch cards if you can, or your weakest Almighty, weakest Divine, all that sort of stuff. Next one is a little bit of a long-term investment, right? Consider getting a speed team, or not speed team, speed build. So what I mean by that is max cooldown reduction. And if you can, Roblox Premium does give plus 10 cooldown reduction too. And that does help a lot. I don't have it currently, but as you can see, I still roll very quickly. And as you can see right here, I have, I think, 66.5 cooldown reduction. See right here? So I'm going to be rolling way quicker. It's a little bit of a long-term investment because you are going to be getting way more levels in the long run. Because as you spin quicker, you're going to get more levels and you're going to be able to get more skill points to get into luck, right? So I definitely recommend for your first bit in the game, only go for a luck build while you pop, and the rest of the time go for a speed build. That is also why I use this equipment, because as you can see, the Death Note is kind of useless because it doesn't have a second attribute. This one gives cooldown, this one is just as, and then this one gives cooldown. So I definitely do recommend, if you want to go for your speed build and you have the Death Note, go for the Sun Spirit Axe anyway. I would always use this over the Death Note, apart from when you're popping packs. When you're popping packs, it is better to, of course, use the Death Note because you want to maximize your luck for your pops. And the next tip is try to always get a speed, like a roll boost and a luck boost on. It doesn't even matter like which one, like just anything. It all, like every bit helps. Although if you do go for a cooldown build, I definitely recommend grinding up these minus or plus 20 cooldown reduction from the hard tower, right? Because these give 20 and the other ones give 15, and it makes the rolling so much quicker. So yeah, if you do want to go for a speed build, I would definitely recommend grinding up some of these if you can, and just use those whenever you have your speed build on. It helps out a ton. That is how I got to my 32 million rolls. Pretty nice. Next is use instant rolls in the good weathers. Basically, like, it makes sense, you know, good weathers, more luck, better not better rarity, better stats for the rarity, right? Because if we look at my gold guy from Lucius, that's his name, and my gold Sailor Moon, we can see that he's just a bit better, just a little bit better, you know, not by that much, you know, just a slight bit. So yeah, definitely only roll your instant packs. Like right now, I should not pop. For example, let's see, I pop 1k, I'm just gonna get nothing. See, I mean, that wasn't too bad actually, but you get the point. Like, just pop in a weather. It just helps so much. You would never want to pop any packs outside of a weather, right? Next we have, if you can, run border chance 24/7. You might be like, D1, why would you run border chance? That doesn't increase your luck. Well, it kind of does, because if you have border chance, that means you are going to be getting more higher rarity border cards, which means that the cards will be high rarity. So basically, it's indirectly more luck because you roll higher cards. So I would definitely recommend having a border potion on 24/7. You might be like, D1, how do I get border chance potions? What I recommend doing is using any card. You can use whatever team works for you. I would probably use this girl right here. She one-shots the boss. And then don't grind the difficult boss, the shadow boss. Grind the eternal boss right here. As you can see right here, just grind this boss, auto-click it, and then you should be set. You can just buy the potions. As you can see, I think I have, where's it at? I have 1,000 coins, which is already 500 potions. Also, this is very important. When you do use your potions, put all your points into potion duration, and don't forget them. Don't forget to reset them after. I once AFK'd for like 2 days with my potions, with my potion duration maxed. So that was kind of painful. So don't forget to reset them, otherwise you're cooked. Next we have, if your speedrun card is, if you have this guy, just use him. Like I'm not kidding you. Just as far as I know, this guy's busted. You get floors cleared very quickly. Like, it's actually insane. You get them done in seconds. And of course, the quicker the floors, the better the cards. And well, not directly the better the cards, but the more chances you have at a better card. So also more luck indirectly. And if you can, get VIP, because VIP is just a huge part of the game. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a like. I'm trying to get 50,000 subs by the end of the year. But VIP is a huge part, like absolutely massive part of the game. Because it's not plus luck, it's 1.2x luck, which just makes it that much better. Because basically, without VIP, let's see, with VIP, I think I have 109, and without, it would be maybe like 90 or so. So yeah, VIP is huge. If you do have, I think it's 400 Robux now. It used to be 800. I think it's 400 now. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't check for you guys. But if you can, definitely get VIP. And yeah, that was it for this video. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Have a nice day, and bye-bye.